Hey there, I'm James, coffee educator here at Driftaway, and this is Coffee Stories for January 2022. Not used to saying 2022 yet, but yeah, it's two twos. I have in front of me this adorable French press of our XBold profile for this month, and I'm going to give you some information about it. The coffees this month are January coffees. You can start ordering them on December 29th, and the last day to order is going to be January 26th. So this coffee is our XBold profile, which is a newer profile that we added over the last few months, which goes a step past bold, extra bold, a dark roast. We call it dark. Bold is a medium dark, so you're getting more flavors of roast in that dark roast. And this coffee is a blend. This is a blend of two different coffees. The first coffee is from Colombia, from the Risaralda region, which is the northern most area of Colombia. And it is a collection of coffee from 14 different farmers whose coffees were all kind of blended together. And we've roasted coffee from one of these farmers before, Anna Mustafa. We've had her coffee alone in the fruity profile, and we've also, we use her decaf. And we've had that for at least a couple of years. We've been using her coffee, her decaffeinated coffee. Super tasty. But in any case, one of those 14 farmers is Anna Mustafa. And we purchased the coffee through La Reb, which is kind of a co-op organization founded by Anna and also Herbert Peñazola. And so La Reb represents a collection of farmers all across Colombia, and they focus on direct trade between farmers and roasters. And they have, this isn't just a collection of coffees together from the same area. They actually, they tasted each coffee several times, and they made a commitment to each of the farmers that, it's not just going to be 1 year that they're purchasing their coffee. It's a program that's going to be built on building quality, increasing quality year after year. So it's kind of neat. And yeah, the other coffee in this blend so that was the Colombian coffee. The other coffee in this blend is an Ethiopian coffee, and it's, we call it the Elala, and it was produced at the Bona Kike washing station, which is in Sidama, Ethiopia. Elala is the name of the specific lot that was produced. And Elala actually means mountain in the Sidama language. And the farmers that deliver their coffee fruit have farms ranging in elevation from about 2,000 meters all the way up to over 2,300 meters above sea level, which is about 7,600 feet, which is incredibly high for coffee growing. And it's incredibly high in general. But also it's incredibly high in terms of how high coffee grows and how high coffee can grow. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. And it tends to be, as a very general thing, that the higher the altitude, the higher the coffee grows, the more likely it will have a higher acidity. It doesn't always work out that way. Some of the things that combat acidity, roasting. The darker that you roast a coffee, you actually tamp down on acidity. So since this is our dark roast, this Elala at a light roast probably would have some of that acidity that would be associated with this higher grown. But because we roasted it to this dark level, it gets eliminated. And what's left are these kind of smoked caramel kind of flavors and kind of like baking spices like cinnamon and dark chocolate combined with the Colombian coffee as well. But yeah, the one more thing about the Elala, it's a collection of 400 farmers, a lot of different farmers with a small amount of coffee will deliver their coffee fruit to that washing station, which is Bona Kike. And yeah, by the way, what is a washing station? Maybe you've, seen other coffee stores where I've talked about it. If so, feel free to fast forward. But really quick, elevator speech. What is processing, right? What is a washing station? Coffee is a seed of a fruit, and with coffee processing, it just refers to how you get to the seed inside. So basically, coffee is a stone fruit like a cherry, and we roast the pit of the cherry and grind it and drink it, right? Brew it, drink it. So processing is just like, how do they get the fruit off to get to the fruit inside? It's washed, it's dried, what have you. A washing station is where that happens in Ethiopia. That's one of the ways that it can be processed. So again, the first coffee, this 2-coffee blend, Colombia La Celia, was originally roasted as the classic profile back in November. And the classic profile is a medium roast. Again, this is a dark roast now. And when our head roaster and coffee buyer, Ian, was kind of messing with the La Celia, he did some kind of test roasts at a darker roast level and thought it had a lot of potential to be an extra bold. And it tasted good. But as Ian says, then when things got fun, is when he added this Ethiopian coffee to it, right? So then all of a sudden we've got this extra complexity in this dark roast. And that's what blending can do. It's super, super neat. And these 2 coffees together just make for a really complex and aromatic dark roast with a ton of sweetness. Especially, you can brew it really on a lot of different ways. I really enjoy it on a French press, because those darker kind of, roastier flavors with the kind of full body of a French press just go really well together for me. That's just personal preference. But yeah, for specifically, as I said, we taste cinnamon, we taste smoked caramel, and dark chocolate. And this again is the extra bold, so it's our dark roast. This has been the Colombia La Celia and Ethiopia Elala extra bold profile. And we start roasting this coffee as well as all the other January coffees on December 29th. The last day to order is January 26th. And if you want more information on this profile in particular, you can go to driftaway.coffee/CXE. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. And see you next month. Cheers.